I was popping everybody. Welcome to another video. And today I want to talk to you guys about losses. And my worst loss. I'm gonna give y'all a story time. Damn, that's right. I'll give y'all a story time about my worst trading loss, the emotions that it pulled out of me, how I felt from it, and how I overcame them. Because I know that a lot of people, losses isn't part of trading. Losses is the biggest part of trading. Just as much as taking winning trades, as taking losing trades. It's damn near more important actually. Um, and it is very easy to let these losses take over our mind and just poison us like a virus to where we're so over our mind is over consumed with it, and we let it dictate our days, dictate our emotions, dictate our actions. And I want to tell you guys how I overcame my biggest day trading loss. Now, my biggest day trading loss wasn't even actually really a crazy financial loss. It was more so just the circumstance of the situation at the time. Now, I'm gonna give y'all, excuse the speed bumps, I'm gonna give y'all a little story time on all of, I guess, my major losses, and then leading up to the biggest one I took, and why it hurt so much, how it hurt so much, how I felt, what did I do to overcome this, how did I react, all that. So the first, I guess, major loss I took in terms of just monetary wise was my first live account I opened up. I deposited $1,000, and I ended up flipping that $1,000 into around like $7,500, close to $8,000 within the span of a couple weeks. Literally just by full porting options. I'm not going to lie, it was full porting options. I was getting lucky, and yeah, so I ran that money up and I lost it all within the span of probably like 2 weeks after that. It wasn't like one day where I just crashed out. It was really gradually. So like this one didn't hurt as bad, especially because I was so young into my journey. And that's where I was really just learning. I was literally still learning. So to me, I'm just like, all right, cost of doing business. I have my whole life to get it back. I'm not really tripping off of that loss. Like, I make it back. So that was my first little instance of losing. Now, yes, on those days where I would lose bigger numbers, I would definitely have little mini crash outs where I would like punch on my pillows or just do the most like kid stuff. Punch my pillow, scream into a pillow. Like, I was 17, 18 years old. I was just getting into it, and I didn't know how to manage the losses properly. So that was what I would first do, but nothing ever really major, nothing to the point where it's like concerning. Now, the second time I had a pretty decent sized loss was probably like a year and a half later. I deposited $5,000 from my crypto portfolio that I had. I had a long term crypto investment portfolio that I was really saving for like once I'm older. That was like my whole thing. I want this to be like a damn near retirement account. I had a lot of money in it, multiple five figures. So I took out $5,000, which was a decent portion of it. Nothing, not the whole thing, but I took out a good portion of that and I deposited it into a live account because to me, in my head, I can get a higher and faster ROI trading through a live account versus having this money in these crypto coins right now. So I deposited the money into a live account. I used NinjaTrader as my broker, and I was doing good for about a month. I probably made like $3,000-4,000 that first month, and then nearly within the span of a day, I lost it all. So I ran that account up. I was taking payouts out from it. I was paying myself, $1,000 a week anytime. I had a good week. I was paying myself out from it. I was doing well. Everything felt good, and I lost it all in the span of a day. And I remember the exact day I did it. I was in New York. I was at my dad's house. I was trading from my little brother's bedroom on my laptop, and it literally took one day for me to lose it all. Um, this was the first time a trading loss like probably hurt, like really hurt, because I was pretty deep into my journey, and this live account was basically all I had in terms of just like larger forms of capital. I didn't want to touch the rest of my crypto portfolio, so I'm like, yo, this is all I got. Make it work, and I did make that work. And really, in the simplest terms, what I had to really tell myself was just like, you'll be fine. There will be another day. Like, you're not dead. Like, you're not in critical condition to where you can't function anymore. Like, you're still breathing, you're still healthy, you're still good. Money is not. That will come back. So that was kind of what I told myself for that, and I was able to overcome it, and I was fine. Now, the third biggest and the one that stung me most, this is where I'm going to really get more in depth with it, was not too long ago, actually within the last couple months, and I was copy trading at the time. I had 15 funded accounts across multiple different prop firms. My funded, not my funded futures, Take Profit Trader, um, Tradeify, Alpha Futures. What was the other ones? Take Yeah, Top Step as well. I had a whole bunch of prop firms that I was copy trading on these live accounts through, and my plan was to get a very large payout. Um, and with this large payout, I was going to pay for something I had to pay for. I had a deadline I needed to meet to pay for something in my personal, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this to do that. So I basically went all in. I bought a bunch of accounts. I passed them all. I was doing well for a good amount of time, and it literally took 1 day to lose everything. And this was probably the worst feeling I ever felt in my life. Like, this was the first time trading ever hurt me to the point where I wanted to cry. My chest hurt, my stomach hurt. Like, I almost shed a tear from this loss. And I literally just laid in my bed and I just sat there for probably like an hour. Didn't touch my phone. I didn't do anything. I just sat there and I'm like, wow, like, what am I going to do? Felt like the world was ending. And I know that a lot of you guys can probably relate to this. A lot of people have probably experienced similar situations to where just a trading loss will bring out such negative emotions from you. But I want you to understand that you will live to see another day, and it is just numbers on the screen. That is what I had to tell myself. And for me, everything is obviously, it's always easier said than done. Everything is always easier said than done. It's always easy to say you'll be all right. Everything happens for a reason. Live to trade another day. All the positive stuff. God doesn't make mistakes. Like, it's always easy to tell yourself these things, but when you're actually going through the situation, when you're actually experiencing them firsthand, it's a little different. And I'm always very big on just saying, God doesn't make mistakes. God does things to build you. He doesn't do things to really harm you. Everything he does is to make you better. But in this certain situation, to me, it was just like I was questioning myself. I was questioning God. I was questioning everything. I'm like, yo, is this even for me? And I know a lot of y'all can relate. And I want to tell you, how did I overcome this? Honestly, it took me about 20 minutes. I'm not even going, or not 20 minutes, like probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Once I just really sat with myself, I talked to my mom about it. My mom, thank God for her. She is, one of the most, probably the most important person in my life. Just me being able to talk to her about everything, confide in her, and just me being able to express everything. And really, because I never really let her in. I never really let anybody into my trading journey, into how I'm really doing, aside from, I guess, now recently, just with YouTube and everything. But at this point, I really was more private with everything. So I didn't really have anybody to speak to, but I had no choice but to talk to my mom, and it turned out to honestly help a lot. So I would say that's my first thing to let y'all know is, like, if you do have somebody to talk to, even if you may not feel comfortable with it, just do it, because it is a blessing, and it can definitely help. Just bottling stuff up is only going to do you worse. I promise you that. It can definitely be beneficial if you just have somebody to talk to. Have somebody to talk to and understand that the market is not going anywhere. Understand that your setups will be there. Yes, you might have a day where it doesn't come. You might have a week where it's not the best, but over time, your setups will be there and they will pay you. They will pay you dividends. They will pay you forever if you let them. So, me just talking to her, expressing myself, and after just me really feeling like the world was about to end, um, that really helped. And so let's just say, for example, if you don't have somebody to do that with, start journaling, write to yourself, write to God, get closer to Him. And these losses really brought me closer to God as well, just because it was just like, it forced me to really dial in on my relationship with Him and really trust Him. I heard a quote. I was out running the other day and I met this person while running, and we ended up talking for like 30 minutes. He ended up telling me a quote that really stuck with me, and I actually seen it after the fact, so I felt like it was just meant for me to talk about. He said, let go and let God. That's what he told me. He said, let go and let God. And that really stuck with me, because oftentimes we can find ourselves stressing about things, and really just getting so caught up in the right now, and getting caught up in the negativity. And we forget that God is on our side. God does have our back. He does everything intentionally, everything to build us up, and everything to help us. Um, he does all this stuff for a reason. And so when I heard that quote, you know, it always resonates with me. It always comes back to me, and it made me think back to that situation, to where I was just like, yo, I'm leaving it in God's hands. He's never failed me, and he proved himself right. In that situation, he proved himself right. He proved me right. He will never let you go somewhere you cannot handle. He always has a plan. And similar to the video I was talking about recently, where I said, like, yo, imagine you're watching your favorite sports team play a game. Let's say it's a championship or whatever sport it is, NBA Finals, the hockey, what they is, the Stanley Cup, the Super Bowl, whatever the case may be, whatever you're watching. Let's just say it's the fourth quarter or the second half, a couple minutes left, and your team is losing. If you already knew in the back of your mind that your team already won, you would not be stressing at them losing. You'll just be waiting for them to come back. You'll be waiting for the reverse in the score, whatever the case may be. You will not stress about it. And it's the same thing with life. It is the same thing with God. He will not let you lose. You already won. If you have him, you already won. We all have him. So understand that. Understand that, yes, it's easy to stress right now. It's easy to focus on the negatives. But when you really understand and zoom out and look up to him and really realize, like, yo, he has my back. He will not let me go to anywhere I don't want to be. It makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to trust him and to live your life because you're just letting go and you're letting him work. That is what he is here for. He is here to work for us, to work with us, to build that relationship, to build that bond. And I want you all to understand that. Um, it is probably one of the most important things I have picked up through my day trading. It's just that right there because it is so applicable to everything else in life. Something may not be going good in the moment, but yo, he doesn't make mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. And so it's like when you understand this and you start to adapt it and apply it to your everyday life, it makes it so much easier when you lose an account, when you lose a bunch of money, when this happens, when your car might catch a flat tire, whatever the case may be, any negative situation in your life you might experience, yo, understand that God got you. Let go and let God. That's it. Let go and let God. He got you. And it's something I remind myself daily. I remind myself this daily. Um, God got me. It's a song by Nipsey Hussle. It's called Love, I believe, where he said that at the end of the song. I just stuttered. He said that at the end of the song where he just said, like, um, some hating, these females plotting, but I ain't worried about it because I know God got me. He repeated that. And it's the truth, yo. God got you. Don't think otherwise. It might feel like he may not in the moment. You might question him, but understand things don't happen to you. They happen for you. So anytime you blow an account, anytime you lose money or anything negative happens within your journey, understand that it is to better you. And I can tell you from personal experience, every time I've had a negative situation within my training or it felt like a negative in the moment, it only made me better. It only benefited me and it only did me better in the long run. Anytime I reflect on it, I can smile. I can be happy about reflecting on my losses because it made me a better trader, a better person, a better man, a better son, a better brother, a better friend, everything. All of this stuff is to help you. None of this stuff is to bring you down and just keep you there. Like, no, he won't put you through anything you can't suffer through. Like, he won't. His toughest battles are to his toughest soldiers. Understand that. Remember that. So anytime you take a loss, whether it's in life, trading, anything, all this stuff happens for a reason. He does not make mistakes. And everybody's story is unique. You can't compare yourself to somebody else. This person became profitable in 6 months. Why am I 2 years in and I'm still not profitable? No, you can't compare yourself. He might not have needed all the work from God that you need. God may not have had to sculpt him as much because he already was worked on in other areas that are applicable to trading that help him become a better trader. Like they say, if somebody was in the military, oftentimes they're better day traders in the long run because they're more wired to be disciplined versus somebody that was never in the military. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if somebody has other life experiences that may be applicable, that may help them accelerate their journey, you can't be mad at that. You can't compare yourself to that. No. Trust your system, trust yourself, trust your experiences, trust God. He is doing everything for a reason. Don't compare yourself. Everybody's on their own journey, and you will be fine if you just trust him and you stay patient, stay disciplined, practice that. Make that your main focus. Forget the money. I was about to cuss. Forget the money, though. Forget all the shiny things that come from trading. Focus on what you know you need to focus on. That is the patience, the persistence, the discipline. That's all of that. And you will be rewarded. I promise you that. Everything else will follow. My dad always told me patience, optimism, or no, education, money, and everything else will follow. Patience, optimism, discipline, everything else will follow. That's everything else is, the cars, the clothes, the woman, the jewelry, if you're a female, the man, whatever you get what I'm saying? All of that extra stuff will come if you just do what you have to do first. Get your education, get your money, be patient, be disciplined. All of that stuff will come. I promise you that. So if you any type of loss you might be going through right now, whether that's personal, financial, you will get through it. You will. And this is coming from somebody that has recently lost a lot of family members recently. I've had a lot of people pass away within the last couple months. Like 3 people in the last few months, even more people within the last couple years. Most amount of loss of life I've ever been through, and it makes you really understand and just look at things differently. So I want you to just hear this. I want you to understand this, and that he doesn't make mistakes. Everything happens for a reason, and you will gain everything. You will only gain from losses if you approach them the right way. It was situations where I may question him. I may not know as to why I'm taking these losses, but after reflection, after time has passed, I know. I'm yapping though. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm gonna end the video right here. I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't mind my hair. I just took my hair out. I appreciate y'all for watching though. Thank you so much. If you have been supporting me, if you've been rocking me for a long time now, I appreciate you so much. Anybody new, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I love and appreciate y'all. Y'all don't understand how much y'all mean to me, how much y'all, just help me out. For real, I mean that. Um, Reading the comments, seeing the love that y'all show, like, for real. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We just hit 1,500 subscribers. Thank you for that. On over to 2K. I need that. I need 10. I need 20. I need everything. So we're going to keep building. I'm going to keep bringing these videos out. I apologize for the inconsistency with the conversation videos. I'm going to bring them back more. I know y'all really show these a lot more support, a lot more love. So I'm going to bring them back. I got y'all. So I'm going to catch you on the next one, though. Thank you so much. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I have a free Discord in my bio. You can join that. Come learn with me. Come talk with me. Come chat, whatever you need to do. Join that. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace out.